My name's Carlos Tanner. I'm the director of the Ayahuasca Foundation. We've been operating for the last 16 years in a really special location inside a national reserve called the Allpahuayo-Mishana National Reserve. It's about 25 kilometers outside of the city of Iquitos, Peru, in the heart of the Amazon rainforest. The reserve is only a little over 20 years old, and it's built to protect a certain type of environment that is caused by quartz crystal sand in the soil that has led to adaptations in the plants and the animals that live in that area. And so Peru decided to protect it and turn it into a national reserve to ensure the biodiversity is intact and maintained. Inside that reserve are a few indigenous communities, one of which is the Mishana community. And right next to the Mishana community is our lodge, the Riosbo Retreat and Research Center, where we've been operating since 2017. Prior to that, we operated in a different location, also located in the Mishana community. The Mishana community has actually lived there for over 100 years, formed in the early 1920s. And they have about 17 families that make up about 100 members of the community. And they are fishermen and hunters and farmers. And they've lived in a close-knit community for many generations. And many of those members of the community work at the Riosbo Lodge to help us with cooking and cleaning and guarding the center and assisting in our daily activities. The center offers programs that are 10 to 18 and even 4 weeks long for people from all over the world to experience the indigenous healing traditions of plant medicine, specifically working with ayahuasca as well as a wide variety of plant treatments and medicinal plant remedies. In order to comply and ensure the safety of all of our participants, we have worked with many government institutions and departments within the Peruvian government to have the proper licenses and certifications that cover a wide variety of our operations.
My name is Alida. I am the lawyer of the company. I've been the lawyer since we started, and I'm the one who is in charge of the contracts, on renewing the licenses, getting the certificates, the permissions. And for example, yesterday we went through a 4-hour inspection. This is the annual inspection that the environmental organization of the Peruvian government, they do an inspection annually to our lodge to see that we are complying with
Waste management.
With the waste management project that we present annually in January, with the security protocols, the health protocols, the tourist protocols, and the environmental ones. We also need to do every year a test of the noise, a test that we're not making that much noise, a test that we're not affecting animals that are protected in that area, basically birds, monkeys. And so all of that is a group of requirements to operate legally in Peru. And we also have staff members. I'm in charge of the accounting as well. And basically, I'm the one who is doing all of these legal steps for the company to be a safe space for people to come. And it goes beyond from what people see when they are experiencing a retreat, because in the background, behind those things, you have staff, you have processes, that you have administrative processes and legal processes that need to be done. And all of that give protection and safety to the participants. We have also alliance with some police officers, not police officers, the police office around that area, and also with the head of the National Reserve. So now currently, for example, we are renewing hopefully for 15 years, like more, since our environmental certification and our tourist certification. I'm going to say it from my side. When you go to a retreat or you go to a different country, especially I'm going to say from Peru, you have to make sure, I think, to find a place that complies with all these requirements, because you are going to be in a safety place. And the requirements are made by the Peruvian government, and we follow them all. The same than the taxes that we pay, the same that the payments that we do to the National Reserve, the same that the contributions that we voluntarily give to the community. And we basically have more staff, indigenous staff, than foreigners, but the foreigners also, they get contracts when it's legally available, this process for them, if they get all the requirements by law. So this is the way that the company is operating. You want to say something?
My role in the company as director, I had originally came up with a vision for the Ayahuasca Foundation in order to spread the indigenous wisdom of ancestral plant medicine traditions to people from all over the world so that they could receive their benefits on a personal healing level, as well as to learn more about that in a cultural exchange out of respect and to honor the indigenous wisdom that has been passed on for so many generations. I've spent over 2 decades in the Amazon working in this plant medicine tradition, and it is still just the tip of the iceberg in how deep this tradition goes. I designed our retreat programs, I designed the retreat center itself, and I oversee all of the management of the staff as well as the development of new programs and new activities within those programs. So I essentially direct our operations with regard to our staff working together towards our ultimate goal of providing the best care possible for our participants, as well as the educational elements to ensure that our participants leave not only healthier, but also with a deeper understanding and a deeper respect for the indigenous populations that have built and maintained rich traditions of plant medicine knowledge for countless generations.
Processes, who does the contracts. So finally, we make the decision together, and basically the responsibility of every single contract lies on me because I'm the lawyer, but Carlos is the one who makes sure that they have the experience. All right, so we are very grateful for the opportunity that we have to operate in such a beautiful space, to honor the tradition, to get to see little children in the community getting older and sometimes working for us later. And do you want to say something else?
Yeah, we currently have a couple of employees that work as guards that I remember when I first started working in the Mishana community back in 2009. They were just little kids, and they would sometimes show up, and I would get to know so many members of the community, and we've been through so much together since that time, and we continue to work together to improve the quality of life in the community and to increase the number of opportunities that community members have.
All right, thank you.